Hey everyone, I am back with another video. Tonight I am doing something very similar as to what I did. It was either last week or the week after. Week before. But I will get into that in a minute or so. But firstly, a little update. So, bit of info really about what's been going on. So, I have recently just paid for another London trip for another Comic Con. So, after I have done that, there will be another video about that because I will have a whole load of photos coming the way. So keep an eye out for that one. That'll be coming in 3 weeks. So I'm actually keeping the schedule to it. 3 weeks time. But tonight I went to go see my old college perform Sister Act, and personally it was absolutely fantastic. Like, this new group, they are carrying the legacy on from like past students, including myself, and quite frankly, I couldn't be any more prouder. They were fantastic. I absolutely loved the show. I just loved it. So with that in mind, let's move on to this video. Now, I haven't had much participation with this one, which I'm a little bit gutted about. But then again, I don't see why I can't talk about it. So, from inspiration of actors, tonight it's inspiration of artists, meaning musical artists. So, like solos, bands, duets, trios. Now, I had a couple of people who did say, some people say, one person said Stevie Nicks. I'm not entirely sure what he does. But then again, you know what? It's their taste. I had Elvis Presley, which the king of swing, or the. Actually, I don't think that's his name. It probably isn't. But then again, Elvis Presley, I love his music. You know, he is brilliant. Like, I can't help falling in love with you. That is lovely. Unless that's Frank Sinatra. No, I think. No, that is Elvis Presley. Blue Suede Shoes. I love that one. I remember doing that in a dance routine about 4 years ago. That was pretty good. Was it 5? It's probably that. Another one who I had, and this is one of the greatest bands out there, Queen. Love it. Absolutely loved that comment because honestly, Queen is fantastic. I love them so much. Like, We Are the Champions, Don't Stop Me Now, Radio Gaga. There are probably other ones that I can't really remember off the top of my head because this is me, you see. I always try and think about what songs there are, and as soon as I know what they are, I go blank. I also had John Barrowman, which, yeah, understandable. He's a great singer, so I don't see why he shouldn't be a part of the list either. He's done some great covers. And that is actually the reason why I'm doing this video tonight, because I am wanting to start my singing back up again. So I literally think that after I've done this one, I am going to start plucking up the courage again to get my singing back out there, because you know what, it has been such a long time. And I said that in previous videos, I've said that I've wanted to, pursue more, to get more out there, and to also, just to get back into it. Because, hell, when I was in school and in college, I loved singing. I don't think there wasn't a time when I didn't sing. I mean, singing in the shower, singing in the bath, but then again, everyone does that. Or just even like singing in the street when you have your headphones on, because that is the biggest thing ever. You can't help but listen to your favourite songs and just get the tunes. You can't help it. It could be anything. So literally, if anyone else can relate to that, then boom, you know you're in the right place. You know you can relate to that. And if you can't, well then just try. So, yeah, since I didn't really get many comments on who their favourite artists were, I mean, I definitely know one of them, another friend of mine. I know that her one is probably One Direction or Harry Styles. I mean, I don't know why. I'm not trying to judge. Actually, no, I am. I am judging. And apologies for any Harry Styles lovers, or even to Harry Styles himself. I do apologise. But personally, I love great artists. I'm into quite a lot of people. Like well, you see, my musical background with pop and stuff. Like when I was younger, I used to always listen to pop music. Like this was when, well, Cascade was out, and well, excuse me, there was just really a lot of pop songs back in the day. There was like White Flag, Pink songs. In fact, Pink was quite big when I was young. Like that was about 20 years ago when I kept on listening to Pink and stuff. There was always Just Like a Pill and oh, what's that song called? Who Knew? I literally had to think about that. I had to think about the song Sugar Babes. Now, the Sugar Babes were definitely a huge thing back then. I've even still got the song Push the Button on my phone because, hell, it's a classy tune. But then, as I started getting older, I started listening to other tunes. I got into more stuff personally because it was always like in dance warm-ups or just because it was on the radio or something. But here's a few that I'm going to jot down before I list my favourite artist or artists. So, I quite like Ed Sheeran. I hear songs like Shape of You, which is okay. Castle on the Hill, A Photograph. Now, I love Photograph. Oh my god. I'm actually thinking I might cover that one day. I don't know, maybe. But it is a hard song to get into, but I'll see. One day. I will see what happens. Ollie Murs. I love Ollie Murs. He's a great artist. He's got Wrapped Up. He did Up with Demi Lovato. Joking. He also did Troublemaker. And, I actually went to see Ollie Murs in concert quite a while back. It was, I can't remember the year, but it was actually here in Carlisle, and that was brilliant. Another artist I quite like is Tom Jones. I mean, everyone knows his song, It's Not Unusual. Everyone knows that. Hell, I have even done it at karaoke. Elton John, I'm Still Standing. I love him. I love that song. It's a great one. Michael Jackson, despite everything that goes around, I don't care. I'm an MJ fan. I like his music. Big deal. For female artists, I would say a bit of Rihanna, Kesha, Lady Gaga. In fact, she's done some very good songs. Miley Cyrus. No, when it comes to musical artists, Britney Spears. Everyone likes a little bit. It's Britney, bitch. Everyone likes a bit of Britney. You know what? It's hard to think of musical artists, especially when you know them. Like, a lot of singers. Oh, Tyle Cruz. I like him as well. I remember seeing him at Big Weekend. I think it was like 2010 or something. I was quite young there. That was actually my first full-on concert festival or whatever, but it was a bit intimidating for me, really. I don't really do festivals. I can't really stand the loud noise and the crowds and stuff. I'm not really into that. But I also love musical numbers. That's the thing about me. I love musical numbers as well. They are brilliant. You've got Step in Time, like Mary Poppins. You've got Waving Through a Window, Dear Evan Hansen. Dancing Queen, Mamma Mia. That's also a thing as well. I love ABBA. I love their songs too, like Does Your Mother Know? As I did mention Dancing Queen, Mamma Mia. Great memories there too. But My favourite band of all time, and this is not solo artist, it's a band. My favourite one of all time is Westlife. Now I love them. I have been listening to them since I was a kid. Literally. I even went to the farewell tour in like 2011 or whenever it was. But oh my god, I just love the music. Especially my favourite song of all time, Uptown Girl. Yes. Which was also Billy Joel's original song. I mean, Billy Joel sang it first, and then Westlife covered it. I think it was in 2002, which also happened to be on the day of my birthday, which is a hell of a surprise. And yes, I did look that up. I think I probably turned 3 at the time, or maybe 2, I'm not entirely sure. But I do know that it was Westlife who did a cover of Uptown Girl, which was also famously made by Billy Joel, who is another great artist who I do love. But with Westlife songs, they're a great band, great harmonies, and hell, I've even had a dream that one day I would join them up on that stage and sing along with them. And don't get me wrong, if I was on the X Factor, because I know you can use other artists for it, I would definitely 100% choose them. I wouldn't go for the solo artist, I would choose them. Because they've always been my favourite band of all time. I loved them. Like, I haven't always kept up with the songs, but you know what? I listen to them. They are brilliant. Another band I quite like as well is Little Mix. I quite like some of the stuff they do. Black Eyed Peas, I like them. Some of the actually, I remember quite a couple of their ones. I Got a Feeling, everyone knows that. Meet Me Halfway. Pump It. And also that Boom Boom Pow. I think that's what they called it. Also featuring will.i.am, actually, that one. But yeah, when it comes to musical artists, I definitely do love Westlife. They are my favourite band, and you know what? I've always appreciated the music. I love the harmonies, and it's just like the songs, they're so catchy. That's the thing. You always want catchy tunes, and hopefully one day I do actually get to see them in concert again, because that would be brilliant. I mean, it's kind of like with comedians as well. I really want to go see comedians, but I also want to go see Westlife again, and this time not as a farewell tour, because it's pretty good, and I really hope they don't break up anytime soon. Another band I quite like as well, which is an unexpected one, but then again, it's pretty much relatable for the entire world, the Beatles. I mean, hell, they did so many songs. They did Hey Jude, Help, Drive My Car, Yesterday. I'm not going to mention the one that I don't like, because if I do, I know it will go in my head and it will just no. But Let It Be. Oh god, that one is so emotional. Another band I actually forgot as well, Journey. Now their song "Don't Stop Believing," oh, it's so good. But then again, if I'm also thinking about other artists on the spot, I could also be thinking like Bon Jovi, Survivor, like Who Did I Have the Tiger, Marianas Trench. No, hold on, is that the song, or is that? Oh no, the Marianas Trench. That's a rock band. Now you see, with musical styles, I'm not really into rock. In fact, if there's anything that I can't really stand, it's probably like rock or heavy metal. Now you see, those are the songs that I can't stand. Those are the ones that just scream, get the hell out of my head, do not listen to it. And also, it most likely gives me a headache, because it actually does. I have known myself to have a very bad migraine from them. So, not my thing. But then again, that could be completely different for everyone else. We all have our own musical styles, our guilty pleasures. Let's say, our musical guilty pleasures, because that's the thing, we all do. And if I'm being completely honest as well, like most of the songs I've heard, well, the reason why I'm into so many singers, it was mostly because of the TV show Glee. So I'm putting it out there. I'm a Gleek. I love that show. In fact, I might even do a video on that one time. But no, I knew some of the songs that were already in it, but then they have the weekly lessons, which you start to appreciate more about the musician, but also you get more used to the songs, and then you're thinking, wow, these are really, really good. Where have I heard all this before? Because you see, that's the thing. When you've got other actors covering music, you're just thinking, yeah, this is great. This is your music. This is what you want to listen to. But then, are you really appreciating the actors, or are you appreciating the artists? You see the difference there? There's the artist and then there's the actor. So that's how I usually got into it. Because, but, alright. So Don't Stop Believing for me, I didn't first hear that from Journey. I first heard it on Glee. 2009 that would have been, because they covered it. So, in fact, they did it so many times. In fact, I can't even think about how many times Glee covered Don't Stop Believing. At a guess, I'm going to say 4 times. Is that actually? Oh my god, yeah, that's right, 4 times. Twice in the first season with the very first episode, the pilot, and then the final episode of season 1 at regionals, and then Leah Michelle, aka Rachel, covered it in season 4 as an audition with Funny Girl, and then they did it again in the 5th season with literally every single character. So yeah, I don't know whether in the end I got bored of that song, but then again, I probably didn't. I've got the original on my phone, because once you hear a song, boom, you've got it. Some songs, yes, I have deleted over time because they do get annoying. Like, some of them I'm not into, some of them I just don't listen to, but then there's some of them that are just like, wow. but then again, so the point I probably make here is we all have our musical tastes. Literally. Do we know who our favourite artists are? I don't know. Maybe you could have more than one. Alright, let's put it this way. If you were going to look on your phone right now, which would you say is your most played song? For me, I have got no idea. I also saw this thing as well on TikTok just the other day, or yesterday, I don't know. But it was like this little survey thing. And one of the questions was, you put your music on, shuffle, so basically you just hear what you get, and then do you keep on going along to find out until you have found the song you want? And I'm just like, yeah, that's exactly what I do. Like, don't get me wrong, some of the songs I really want to hear, but then there are just some songs that you've heard so many times and it just goes on randomly. You're just like, nope, skip it. So yeah, but no, other than that, covering it tonight, my favourite band is Westlife, but I also have a list of songs that I absolutely love, whether it's like a Glee cover or whether it's a proper cover. So I'm going to shoot some of them out there. Frank Sinatra's My Way, Living on a Prayer, Bon Jovi, oh yeah, Sweet Child of Mine, Guns N' Roses, that is a hell of a song. I know I said Uptown Girl. My Love, Westlife. Stronger by Britney Spears, but in the style of Glee. Yeah. Well, I also like High School Musical songs as well. And High School Musical, the musical, the series itself. God, they've got some good songs on there. As well as them being covers. But then again, they're just as good. Ooh, you see, now this is where it's getting tricky. This is where it gets tricky. because you think of the songs that you love, and then as soon as they go, boom. It's like every time I want to put on my music, I know what song I want to start with, but then it goes to a completely different one. It bugs the hell out of me. So, I think with that in mind, I'm going to call it for this video. If you have any favourite musical artists that you like, please put them in the comments, and I can probably use that. And also, like I said, I really want to rebuild on my YouTube channel. So, depending on how I feel, I think I'm going to make my next video a singing one. We'll soon see, shall we? But I'd also appreciate, like, if you want to hear any covers, go for it. In fact, I have actually got a few covers on my YouTube channel. I've always had some ideas of what I want to do, so I might start with them. But in the meantime, I will see what happens. So, as I always say, watch this space. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you all later.